Take two. I am so sorry to everyone who showed up the last time and the audio was fucked up. Hopefully, the audio is fine this time. I'm going to essentially babble for a moment, I guess, um, and hope that someone can hop on again. I don't want to like babble for too long, but I spoke for like I don't even know how long. Like I started right at 3 like I was supposed to, and I ended it at like 3:16, but for some reason the video was only like 7 minutes long. So I don't know what's up with that, but I'm hoping that one of the people who was on, oh hey, oh so much better, Jenny says. Okay, good. So I was like swapping back and forth at the beginning to like check comments, but nobody was watching. So at a certain point I just kind of kept going, and that's what happened. And I'm fairly irritated right now. So anyway, like I said, take two. um Hey, friend. Welcome to Transformation Tuesday Live. I feel like hell today. So, of course, I manifested fucked up audio in the beginning, or not the beginning, but the first one. But that is why I'm not on camera, because my outside matches my insides right now, and I'm doing you a favor. So, this week we're discussing, and I'm also like, my voice is going. So, oh, thank you, Jenny. I appreciate that. But we're going to get through this, damn it. So hopefully everybody else that was watching can make it back and find me again. And I got to remember to delete that crappy one. But anyway, that's totally off topic. This week, we are discussing the problem with The Secret. So if you've watched it or read the book, and interesting side note on that, the movie was actually made first and then the book was written. So that's pretty weird, right? But anyway, if you consumed it in some form and got nothing out of it, oh, I just got a text saying that it sounds the same to someone, but sound was cool. Do I sound okay to you, Jenny? Because as far as I can see, you're the only person watching. So I'm wondering if the person who just texted me like started the other one over or something. Do I sound okay? Am I coming through loud and clear this time? Can you hear me, Jenny? I know you said, okay, I sound perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to ignore that text because I only see one person on the live right now. So I think that that is potentially going to mean that she's watching the wrong video. Okay, but I will do a better job of bouncing back and forth just to make sure. So if the sound gets wonky again, please let me know and I'll take a look right away. So anyway, if you like watched or read The Secret and you got nothing out of it, you're about to find out why. I'm Elle if we haven't met yet, but I'm not going to take up a bunch of time to like introduce myself. I didn't during the other one either because I wanted to respect everybody's time. So quite a delay in the send receipt. Yeah, there's always a delay on StreamYard, I feel like, as far as the comments and stuff. So anyway, I'm just going to do my best to kind of go right through this because I want it to go smoothly. This is really good information that's going to help a lot of people. So like I said, I'm Elle. You can go back and watch the beginning of a different video if you want a whole like introduction to me. And another quick side note before we start today, I actually have no idea what I'm going to do for next week's live stream. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, please feel free to drop a comment or pop them in the chat if you're watching live, and I'll see what I can do about that. So in the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to discuss basically the problem with the movie The Secret. So, everything that's wrong with it, as well as what's missing from it, because that makes it pretty fucking unactionable, if you ask me. And be sure to stick around until the end to find out the real secret that they left out, because it actually allows you to consciously create your reality. Please go ahead and hit like for me to get this video out to more people who need to know the secret. Subscribe if you haven't yet and you like this stuff, and ring the bell to get notified every time I go live or upload something. And let me know in the comments or chat if you've seen or read The Secret. If you have, did you watch it or did you read it? And what did you think of it? And let's go ahead and dive in right after I check and make sure that no one is saying anything about the sound. Looks good. All right. So let's start off with something positive. My favorite / the best messages from The Secret, in my opinion: scarcity and lack are a lie or even a virus of the mind. I like that sort of description of it. There's more than enough abundance, love, health, money, success, etc., to go around for everyone. I also like the parallel they draw between a scientist's definition of energy and a theologian's definition of God. So, to paraphrase, if you go to a quantum physicist and ask them what created the universe, they'll say energy. And if you ask them to describe energy, they're going to say something like, it can never be created or destroyed. It always was and always has been. Everything that exists has always existed. And it's moving into form, through form, and out of form. And if you ask a theologian what created the universe, they will say God. And if you ask them to describe God, they will say something akin to always was and always has been, can never be created or destroyed. All that ever was always will be, always moving into form, through form, and out of form, right? So I like that they addressed this stuff. But unfortunately, there's a whole lot wrong with it. So Jenny says, read and watched. I was new to it at the time, so it was eye-opening. Sure, like it's good for an introduction, but they leave the most important part out, and we're going to talk about that today. So now let's talk about everything that's wrong with the movie The Secret. So The Secret states that the secret, excuse me, the secret is the law of attraction, but it's actually not. And not just because it seems like everyone knows what the law of attraction is now. Back when The Secret came out, it was not like a widely known thing. But because it's only one piece of the puzzle, and it's not even the most important piece. Yes, thoughts do become things, but how do you control your thoughts? The Secret never actually talks about what it really takes to create your desired reality. Instead, they dance around it for an hour and a half in the movie. Also, in case you didn't know, most of the information that Rhonda Byrne compiled for her movie and then book was from Esther / Abraham Hicks, but they were cut from the movie because they were asked to turn over their intellectual property rights. So I'm getting a text that the audio is still not working, but again, I still only see one person, and Jenny, you are interacting, so I'm gonna just let her know that I think she's watching the wrong one, and I fully apologize for all this. And I'm just gonna babble so you don't think that there's something wrong. Jenny says it's perfect. Okay. It's going fine now. And I'm back. All right, no more interruptions. I just didn't want her to keep texting me while I'm trying to do this. So, this is a really odd one today, guys. I am very sorry. But anyway, they didn't want to sign over their intellectual property rights. The producers asked them to so that basically so they could market it the way that they wanted. And rather than sign over their rights, they opted to be edited out, which I fully understand. That would have been my choice too, because don't ever sign over your intellectual property rights to anyone, for fuck's sake. Like, that's ridiculous. But I digress. In my opinion, The Secret is actually disempowering by not explaining how it really works and just talking about how the law of attraction manifests what you're thinking about. Whether you want it or don't want it, you're going to get it if you're focused on it. So basically what they say is that if you're saying, I don't want XYZ, you're going to get it anyway because you're focused on it. And that's objectively untrue. You can absolutely manifest the absence of something that you don't want to experience by saying, I don't want that shit, or something similar, probably something more specific than that. But you know what I mean. But this somehow manages to simultaneously oversimplify and overcomplicate it. Not to mention that it kind of victim blames. So I'm just going to hop back over. Yay, we got it working. We can hear you great. Wasn't sure where to find the new one live. I'm glad you found it. I'm so sorry about that. I do apologize. Yeah, but you know, shit happens. It's the internet. I probably manifested it that way because I feel off today. So I centered myself a little more before restarting, and hopefully we'll get through this. So furthermore, I think it places the emphasis on the wrong thing. So, for example, when you're positive, you attract positive people and events. And when you're negative, you attract negative people and events. But that's not quite how it works. We get what we believe we'll get, what we think we deserve, and what we assume or expect will happen based on what we believe. Period. The Secret has people running themselves ragged, chasing a positive outlook, thoughts, and feelings without ever addressing how the fuck you actually do that without arguing with yourself all damn day long. It brings up that our predominant thoughts manifest into reality, and that it doesn't matter whether they're conscious or subconscious thoughts, but it never tells you what to do to change your thoughts, especially the subconscious ones. They talk about how difficult it is to monitor all approximately 60,000 thoughts we have every day, and then bring in feelings as being more important than thoughts. But that's not even true, because you can manifest things that you want even when you're mad, sad, or having some other negative emotion. So now they have you focusing on shifting your feelings instead of what actually helps you, which is what's behind the thoughts that give you those feelings. And this is where the toxic positivity in the law of attraction community stems from, in my opinion. They give you these superficial suggestions like change your feelings in the moment, which doesn't even fucking matter. Simply shifting them won't help long term, because if you don't change what lies beneath them, you'll keep having to shift them. And whatever you manifest won't be sustainable if you manifest anything that you want at all this way. So I'm just going to hop over to the tab. Totally get it. Can't wait to hear. Okay, cool. Good deal. So these are the steps of The Secret. So step 1, ask, Basically, get a desire and ask for it. Make it known to the universe that you want the thing. And it's basically ask and you shall receive kind of thing, right? Step 2, believe that it's already yours. But how are they going to talk about beliefs without ever mentioning how crucial they are to all of this? They just sort of sidestep it the whole time. And then step 3 is receive. And they put even more emphasis on feeling good with little to no explanation of how to actually accomplish it and make it sustainable. They tell you to expect a check instead of debt if you're dreading checking the mailbox because of debt and bills and stuff. But they never say, again, how the fuck you actually do that. Just stop focusing on what you don't want, i.e. debt, and start focusing on what you do want instead, i.e. abundance. But they never tell you how. They just make it sound like you just do that. Just do that shit. Just switch your focus. What's the matter with you? It's easy, right? Like, you can just decide to focus on something else. You can decide to focus on something else, but there are some other really crucial things that are missing in order to make that actually happen and make it sustainable. If it was that easy, everyone would be a mindful manifesting master after watching or reading The Secret, but I have never met someone who could say that. Have you? Let me know. Let me know in the chat or the comments. Basically, it's all surface level bullshit that never gets down to how you really do it, how it actually works, and how you can actually apply it. They gloss over the fact that you have to actually rewire your brain and just say that you have to replace your thoughts, and it'll seem like a tennis match for a while because your brain won't believe it. And the problem with this is that you're doing nothing to change the underlying belief that creates the thoughts that you're fighting. So those thoughts just keep coming, and it actually builds more resistance the more you fight them. They tell you to go within to create what you want in your external reality, but not what to do once you're in there. So they talk about beliefs briefly, but put most of the focus on thoughts and feelings. And that's wrong because it's your beliefs that create your thoughts and feelings in the first place. And this is actually the crux of my work with my clients. So do you see where I'm going with this? Let me know in the chat or the comments, and give me a drum roll, please, because we're going to talk about what's missing from The Secret, which is the law of assumption. So what's the one thing that's missing from The Secret that makes it actually actionable? The law of assumption. The real secret, the reason The Secret and the law of attraction fail so often is because the law of assumption is the biggest piece of the puzzle. It's actually a lot more important than the law of attraction because you attract what you believe and assume is true and what you expect to happen based on that. And when you leave that out, The Secret is not actionable. It's actually kind of a joke. Makes for a good coaster, though, especially if you've got the DVD. So that's my suggestion as far as what to do with it. So how does the law of assumption actually work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Like I said, whatever you believe and assume to be true is what manifests in your reality. The law of assumption states that whatever you believe and assume is true for you, even if it's objectively false as far as everyone else on the planet is concerned. And you create your reality based on what you believe and assume to be true and what you expect to happen as a result of those beliefs and assumptions. You do not get what you really deserve. You get what you think you deserve and expect to get as a result of that, period. And that plays a role in what you attract, as well as what your brain is wired to allow you to see and how you perceive it. thanks to your reticular activating system, which deserves its own video. So actually, maybe that'll be next week. Let me know if you want to learn how to turn the gatekeeper into your ally instead of your enemy. Drop that in the chat or the comments, but depending on when you're watching. So let me hop back over. Yes. Okay, perfect. I'm basically just checking to make sure that the sound is still good. And I will address comments and questions at the end. But basically, the thing that actually makes all of this work gets totally danced around, briefly touched on, but like that's it. It's ultimately left out of the larger conversation. And it's the one thing that actually makes manifesting quick, effortless, and sustainable. You can literally throw everything else out and work on upgrading your belief system so it supports a healthy, empowered self concept that believes you deserve everything you want, which allows you to manifest your desired reality quickly and effortlessly. And if that's your default self concept or state of being, everything else is totally irrelevant. You can be in a bad mood or feel low vibe sometimes, because we all do, because we're human, and still get everything that you want because that is your belief system and your self concept dictates that. Your vibe and emotions are secondary because it's not healthy to try to be high vibe all the time. Shit happens on earth, and not allowing yourself to feel and process what sucks keeps you stuck in it and or fighting it all the time. And when you fight, you build resistance. And this is why I'm so passionate about the work that I do with my clients, because they get results a hell of a lot faster when they place their focus on changing their beliefs and manifesting a more accurate, powerful, and empowered self-concept that reflects who the fuck they really are, which is what we all are. We all are powerful, multidimensional, eternal, galactic beings, baby. Once you believe that and embrace your true power, that's when manifestation genuinely becomes effortless and at times instantaneous. So, does that make sense? Please let me know if this has been helpful, whether you're watching live or on a replay. Drop an "I'm a galactic fucking being" in the chat or comments to affirm your power. I am a galactic fucking being. Or, say it however you want. And if you're still watching but you haven't liked this video yet, please do so now because it helps me help more people. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Also, if you're here live, please drop your questions now so that I can answer them before I hop off. Sound is still great. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. And if you want my help consciously creating your desired reality and the tools that you need to continue mindfully manifesting for the rest of your life, I do have a couple of one-to-one spots opening up next month, especially for coaches, healers, and light workers who have found success in their businesses, but know they're meant to be helping millions of people and making millions while they make the mission, even if you quite know what it is yet. Working with me help you feel that I'm not quite ready for a one-to-one investment and commitment yet, you can still claim your spot in my upcoming Conscious Creator Code 4-month journey to your new reality, which has been pushed back by 2 weeks to accommodate the Lionsgate portal activation that you're also invited to. So if you know right now that you want this type of support from me, please claim your spot in CCC in the description box below, because you'll get into the activation for free as a bonus. If you're a one-to-one client, the same. But if you're not quite ready for that yet either, please go ahead and claim your spot in the Lion's Gate portal activation if you are ready to align or realign with your destiny and activate your spiritual gifts, which will either awaken or strengthen them depending on where you are in your journey. And that's on 8 your gifts or strengthen them and seize your right now to how it's amazing community and owned/imprint, and that is on 8/5, so that's a Friday, August 5th, at 5 p.m. Eastern. And that link is on the screen and in the description box as well, along with all the other links that you may need. So go ahead and claim whatever spot you feel inclined to claim. And please feel free to contact me if you've got any questions about the activation, CCC, or working with me one-to-one. You can find all the contact and links and everything that you need either on screen or in the description box or both. So let's see if there are any questions about this session that came in while I was talking about all of that. I love it. I'm a galactic fucking being. Yes, you are. Oh no, Jenny said sound is failing. Was the sound failing for my pitch? That's fantastic. Can you guys hear me now? I don't know why I'm manifesting this today. My energy is definitely off. So that is potentially the problem. But I mean, hey, we got through the actual, lesson, whatever you want to call it, masterclass. But can you guys hear me okay now, or is it still fucking up? Let me know. We're done. But let me know if you can hear me. And if you can hear me and you've got any questions, please feel free. Yeah, pretty much the whole pitch. Fantastic. You know what? It is what it is. This is how life goes sometimes. So fuck it. It's fine. I trust that the people I'm meant to help will find me, that I'm meant to work with will find me. So if the pitch is not intelligible, it is what it is. Yes, perfect now, in and out during pitch. Love it. Love it. Anyway, I'm not worried about it. I really am not. I do feel like hell today. Yeah, you can hear me now. Woo. All right. Well, then let me just say, if you want to work with me, come work with me. There's the pitch. There's the fucking pitch. I will help you change your reality. It's not as hard as it has to be. Like if you do it on your own, it's going to be fairly difficult. But I've got all the tools and all the stuff and all the guidance, and I'm really good at holding space. So come work with me. Woo! Anyway, no questions. Thank you, though. All right, awesome. So yeah, if you're watching the replay, if you're watching this tomorrow or next month or next year or whenever, and you do have questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments and I will do my best to come back and answer those. If you're watching live right now and questions pop up later, feel free to comment on the video, or if you're in my group, which everyone who's watching live right now is, you can always shout at me in the group or send me a DM on Facebook. But thank you guys so much for coming back and bearing with me. And Jenny says, Elle is awesome. Go find her. Thank you so much, Jenny. Yes, find me. Come join the group. I'll just back up that slide real quick. So that's the information on working with me. That bit.ly little link there will get you to the activation. The Facebook group is up there. My contact is at the bottom. Check the description box for all the links. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope this has been helpful. Give me a holler if you need anything, and I will be around. Much love, everybody. Have a great rest of your Transformation Tuesday.